Hi guys and welcome to another fun video. In today's video, I'm on my couch. I'm with my dogs. I'm in my pajamas. Not that exciting, but we might be talking about something exciting. I'm going to be doing a piercing tour today, just because a lady commented that she really liked them and she would love to see them. And so, yeah, so I'm just going to tell you about them. Maybe you can learn a little bit about me. Um, yeah, I figured it'd just be like a cool sit down, hang out kind of video so you can hang out with me while I'm sick. So let's get started. I feel like when my hair's down over my ears, the first thing you would notice is that my nose is pierced. So right here. And there's a place near where I live, and anything above the waist is $10. I don't know if they do it anymore, but they did do it at the time. So I ended up getting these two piercings, and then I think I decided on my nose because I was very nervous about my nose just because I'm familiar with ear piercings, as you can see, but not really other things. But I figured $10, might as well give it a go and pay the lady, and if I I chicken out, just give her the $10 anyways. But it's just a second of pain and you get over it. That's why I just kept telling myself to get it. But anyways, so there's my nose. I do like hoops, in case you were wondering. Uh, but I just haven't found the right hoop yet. You know what I mean? Like they usually have like that little space in between my nose and the ring, which I don't like. And then a tip, if you do have a nose ring that keeps coming out, and it's the one that you just like kind of twist into your nose, it like has, you know, the one that is all wiggly looking and you just kind of twist it in the right way. I bought the straight ones that have the little ball on the other side, like the inside, so you just kind of like pop it through and it's a little bit bigger, so it kind of hurts a little bit, but it doesn't come out. Mine has stayed in successfully since I put it in. Where, like, every now and then I have a little exfoliator thing and it'll hook on it and I'm like, ow, gosh, ow, that hurt. But it doesn't come out though, which I'm very happy with, just because I used to lose them all the time and your nose closes up pretty fast. So I'd get like really nervous because I'm like, I don't want to have it pierced again, and like I'd have to worry about shoving it in later and it hurting just because it had already closed up just from one day. And so yeah, we'll get on to this ear. So I got these two done at the same place, and I like how this one has the little ball just because it kind of looks like it might have another piercing going on, but I didn't have to go through the pain. This one was actually quite painful. This one I'm wiggling around. Um, the piercing kind of did hurt a little bit more than any of my other ones. It also took a little bit longer to heal. I remember it took, I want to say, around 3 months. Like, I literally thought about just taking it out because I was just like, none of mine have taken this long. This one's healed up. I got them both done at the same time. I was just wondering if something was wrong. But I was just like, no, I'm just gonna, once you get over it, once you get through the pain, it's over. I've never had an ear ring get infected after I've gotten it pierced. Like, I've been worried about a few right after I got them pierced, but once they've healed, I've never had a problem. I know some people can only have gold and stuff. I'm pretty sure this pack is from Walmart. I always get cheap packs of earrings just because they come out sometimes, and you know, it's a lot to replace if you do lose them, or like when the time comes. It's just a lot of money to replace nine. So we do have nine on this side. And like I said, cheap earring packs. And I do not take them out when I sleep. I leave them in at all times, even the dangly ones, just because I think it's a lot to take them out. I do clean them with like Q-tips, or like I have a designated toothbrush. I don't know if that's weird, but that's what I have. And I like put alcohol or peroxide or something on it, just kind of give them a good little scrub whenever I think they need it. Um, so I got these when I was two something. I don't know if it's 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months old, but very, very early on, I got my first hole. My second hole came maybe around sixth grade, I want to say, and my mom took me to Walmart and I got them. Also, I always make these two match because that makes sense to me, and I like there to be a nice flow. People also always ask me why they both aren't filled up, and I just think that's a little too much. I've also been asked if my head tilts a little sideways because of the weight. I think it's just a joke that people say, but no, in case you're seriously wondering. Um, But yeah, so I got my two and then eventually went back and got my third, I think maybe the following week or something. It was very soon after. And then it took a little bit of convincing to get my top one, but I thought the cartilages were cool. And, middle school, no one had it done. I just really liked doing what no one else did, kind of thing. So I was like, Mom, I really want my cartilage pierced, like whatever. So she finally took me, and this one was the most painful. And not because I got it pierced. I got it pierced, and it hurt a little bit more because it's a cartilage, so it's a little bit thicker. But um, there's backs that lock on, like there's like three sets of locks, and like it locks, and it takes a little bit more to pull them off. Whereas these ones I could just pop off with one hand. You had to actually like put a hand on both sides and like pull decently hard. And I remember we were on our trip to Florida, and I took a really long nap, and I woke up, and every time my ear barely touched something, like the back of the seat or the pillow, it hurt so bad. I had my sister look at it, and she's like, "Yeah, it doesn't look too good. It's like really swollen. It's like purple." So I look in it, like at it, on my camera on my little old iPod, and it was pretty bad. And every time I touched it, it was just on fire, and I felt the back, and my skin was like swollen around the back piece. And I just remember, like, I tried to touch it a little bit in the car and to get it off, but I just waited until we got to the hotel. And I get there, and finally I was just like, I gotta do it. I can't just leave it there to just keep swelling up. So I finally just pulled really hard, and immediately blood just ran down my ear, and it was just terrible. So I was a little nervous about the rest of these, and I'm really surprised I ended up doing it and not getting a professional to do it. My mom and I ended up buying a gun from Walmart because Walmart stopped doing it. But they sold their piercing guns, so we bought a few. Well, we bought one, and bought one cartridge. And you're supposed to get a new cartridge every time with new studs because obviously when you use your studs, it's piercing through your ear, so it's getting a little, um, it's just not as sharp. It's not as pointy and just, it doesn't go through as well. So literally all of these ones, these few, they went either half of the way or 3/4 of the way, and we would have to push them the rest of the way through. So not the most fun, but like I said, once you get past it, it's done. Um, so those are all the piercings. Oh, and I have my belly button pierced, and I thought about showing you guys, but I also thought it was weird. Just because I don't have my tripod thing set up, and I don't want to. I just don't want to show it. Okay, I don't, because I just think it's weird. Because you could screenshot it and zoom in, and like, I don't know. I'm just not comfortable with that, and I think it might be weird. And it's just not in context. If you saw me at the beach or something, I'd be like, cool. Like, I don't care that you see it, but that's not where we're at. I'm on my couch, and we're not doing that. So, anyways, just trust that that's there. Um, I have this little. We'll go into past piercing. So that little tiny little shiny scar. Please excuse all the dog hair. I have 3 dogs. What can you expect? But anyways, that little shiny spot. When I was younger, I had one of the studs, and I just like pierced through it, and as you can see, the scar goes all the way across because it ripped out because I was too chicken to put more skin in there. But yeah, I don't know why I thought a wrist piercing would be cool and edgy. Not that cool, not that edgy, and that's a really bad place for a piercing because it can get hooked on anything. You can bump into something and it's just off. Same thing with dermals. No dermals. Nope. They would be covered with my shirt all the time. They could get snagged on things. Someone my family used to know got a really bad infection with hers, and it's like in you, like like almost it's just not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. And this next piercing I'm also telling you about, I personally don't think is worth it. So there's the last little bit of what hasn't closed up of my tongue piercing. And I had it very, very early in middle school. Also, like I said, I was just trying to be different. Um, they're not practical to me. You can clack them against your teeth and stuff. I don't think that's good for your teeth. Um, I always felt uncomfortable whenever I was eating, so I'd always take it out. So there were many times where I'd throw it away on my tray at school. So then you had to go get another one, and it was just a lot, and the pain was bad, and My sister ended up getting one. The bottom, like, piece, the little circle, I just never put on mine. I would just pop mine in and out all the time. But apparently, like, your plaque will build up on it, and you have to, like, put it in, like, sorry, I'm stuffy. You had to put in, like, denture cleaner to, like, get it off. And I was like, ew, that's kind of, that's a lot. That's, like, a lot of inconveniences that come with that one. So I'm not a fan. Also, fun fact, my tongue. Does it look a little funny? Um, yeah, it does. I have something called a roadmap tongue. Um, I don't know if it's always called that or if it's only called that when it's doing the funny thing with the weird shapes and stuff. They do change. So the texture and the color and whatever will be different all the time. I used to think that it came from when I had issues with food. Like I would eat pineapple or tomatoes or something, and my tongue would sting and it would look like that. But then I realized once a lady at a doctor's office, I actually went to the doctor's because I had a really bad asthma attack when I was younger, and I was there for like a week. But there was one nurse who came in, she said, say ah. And I did, and she was like, "Oh, this is so cool! Like I've read about this when like I was studying and everything, and they're very neat. You have." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "You have a roadmap tongue," and I was just like, "Oh, I thought that was because I had like food allergies or something, because like my tongue stings sometimes." She's like, "Oh, I don't know anything about that, but um, but it's a real thing that like people just have it, and it's just a thing that happens. So like sometimes it looks like there's little indents in my tongue. Sometimes like parts of it are raised, and there'll be like rings and circles and squiggles and all kinds of weird stuff. And then like sometimes it'll be like lighter in color, darker in color. It'll look swollen or flatter. It's very odd. Um, but yeah, I don't think it affects my health in any way. I think it's just something that happens. And so yeah, so that's another fun fact about me, if you even cared to know. Um, and that is all of my piercings that I've ever had. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if there are any more in the future. I thought about maybe for fun doing a bunch of piercings in one day video and just seeing if that place I was telling you guys about had the $10 above the waist thing going on, because then maybe I could just do a bunch on my face and then just immediately take them out, because personally I like this look. Yeah, there's a lot going on in my ears, but like, if I do my hair down, all you see is possibly the nose ring. A lot of people don't even notice that I have it. So I'm good with this, but I do think it might be fun to just see, you know, several more just for a day or something, because obviously I don't want scars or anything either, but I think it might be a fun idea. Let me know if you'd like to see it. I'm probably going to do it anyways. But thank you guys so much for listening if you got this far. I hope you guys learned a little something new about me. I hope that this wasn't too boring, and if it was, let me know, because I just won't maybe do my tattoo one. I don't know. I do have several tattoos you might be more interested in. Tattoos might be more interesting than piercings. But anyways, thank you guys for sticking around and for watching, and happy Sunday, and goodbye. Thank you.